Oh, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Did one of you put this leather on my pillow?
I think it was a mushroom again.
We never do.
Another mushroom. Pickles, can I have Pokey just for a moment?
Yeah, sure. He's been talking all night about stabbing things. Here you go.
Oh, you're heavy.
Is it breakfast time?
Yeah, you get to open this letter with me.
Is it, you mean a mailman?
No, as in you are literally a letter opener for me. Let me wedge you in this
don't catch yourself
corner
with that.
here. No, it's big and I'm being very careful. It is from our friend FMJ Ace. It says, I can't actually read it. It looks like the sword cut through the text.
Oh, Pokey.
Yeah, I cut it right in half.
You cut too well.
Well, what can I say? It's my job. I cut stuff. But I did read the letter while I was cutting it.
What did it say?
That's impressive.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
It said, "Dear Ferric, feed me the blood of the innocent. Kill your friends."
Well, FMJ Ace, thank you very much for your letter. I will not be killing my friends anytime soon.
Which is for the best. Oh, thank you,
Oh my God.
Pokey. I think it's time to go back in the bag of holding. Thank you.
Yep, here you go.
Goodbye.
Bye,
I don't want to go in the bag.
You're going in. I'm dropping you in right now.
No! Welcome to Power Word Fail, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play podcast. Starring Austin,
Ferric, the grave singer.
Andy,
Pickles. I have a lot of emotions, and I don't know which one to show, so we're just gonna go with general surprise and happiness that Miraz is in a ring.
Nathan,
The ghost of Eugene, put through the ringer.
Jeez.
That's good.
Katie,
Adolia Rowan, starting over again.
and Ian.
I'm Rose Busan, and I guess life could be worse.
And as always, I'm the Dungeon Master, Cody, and this is episode 51 of Power Word Fail. Last time, you pulled yourselves back together in the aftermath of the battle with Tarsian and the Dark Matron, Adalia healing Isaac Bussant to the best of her ability as you collect your dead. You made your way back up the mine shaft with a fly spell, which allowed Ambrose and Pickles to explore the newly exposed portion of the mine and collect several magic items. You built pyres for your fallen comrades, while Ferric realized Eugene's soul was still trapped in the ring of mine shielding, and the funerals commenced with a small firework display. After a brief conversation about what to do next, you settled down for a night's rest. While Ferric and Adalia slept, Pickles and Ambrose removed Tarsian's sword from the bag of holding, and discovered that it was now sentient and bloodthirsty. It has been given the name Pokey, much to its discontent, and you completed your long rest. And that's where we'll pick back up. You are all freshly long rested. Yesterday was quite a day, but as I'm so fond of saying, today's a new day. It is a little bit dreary still. You start getting around and see that it is overcast. It looks like it could rain. It's pretty windy, but at least you're still alive. Some of you.
Ouch.
Ambrose is going to go through the loot that we found yesterday and identify all those items.
Absolutely. So, first up, you've got this strange sickle. It is a moon sickle, a druid ranger spell focus. It also helps people with healing. This isn't the most powerful one possible, but it does the trick. You move on to the next item. Gloves of Thievery. These gloves are just like fingerless gloves, but when you put them on, they turn invisible, and you would feel like they would help someone pick pockets or pick locks. Mechanically, it gives you a +5 bonus on dexterity, sleight of hand, and lock picking checks. The boots are kind of old school. They look like they were fashionable maybe a couple hundred years ago. But they are powerful. They are boots of elven kind.
Ooh.
And they make no sound when you step, regardless of the surface you're moving on, giving you mechanically advantaged dexterity stealth checks on any checks that rely on moving silently. And then the last item is a magical javelin. It has lightning bolts inscribed on the side of it, along with the words, Heavens Asunder, written in Dwarven, and the blade is vaguely lightning bolt shaped. It appears that if you say those words, it will turn into a lightning bolt, and then you can cast lightning bolt once, doing some pretty good damage in a line. And then once it's done, it just turns back into a javelin. It can only be used once a day.
Yeah, I'll take all those items and pass it around.
All right. The sickle does need attunement, but everything else is just a quip.
Okay.
If no one objects, Adalia will take the sickle in both hands, and as she settles down to commune with the forces of the world to select her spells for the day, she will also attune to the moon sickle.
Absolutely.
I want the javelin. It makes me match Bunkles. It's like meant to be.
Oh, I do like that javelin, Mother. It's very nice. It's much nicer than your new sword friend.
Hopefully it doesn't speak. Do you think Pokey will be jealous? Probably.
I don't know. Are you going to attune to it?
You know, I feel like I've been asked that a lot lately. I don't...
It scares me a lot. I don't think you should.
Well, I
I'm
haven't
worried.
yet. Okay, then what am I supposed to do with it? What if I just carry it around?
What if we throw it in a river?
Oh, that's mean. It's not a person.
It said it wanted to drink my blood.
But if anybody else has it, it's going to be in worse hands. Right, baby?
It shrugs. Spunkle shrugs. I guess you're the adult here, Mother. I really don't know.
That's debatable. We'll figure it out. I'm sure Ambrose will come up with a plan.
Hopefully.
All right, everybody.
I'm going to go to the smoke pyre, say some words to the remains to Navarra quietly and to myself, and then put my stuff on my back, and then walk over to my dad and see what's going on with this dude, and then
Yeah, how's he doing?
Yeah, you had tied him up, and he is still unconscious. Roll a medicine check.
Okay. 22.
Oh my god. Nice.
Nice.
Perfect.
Needed that one.
Very good.
You feel for his pulse, and it's still extremely, extremely slow. Like, there's no wonder that you thought he was dead. And you go to feel for his, you go to feel under his nose to see if he's breathing, and he only takes, one very shallow breath every minute.
Alright.
And he seems to be in some sort of, coma.
I'm gonna cast Identify on him to see if this is, under any spell effects.
Well, I don't know if this is exactly how this works, but I will say that I think that you, with what you were able to glean from the translation that Ferric gave you, that you would think that since the ritual was interrupted and it was a life transference spell, that his soul is not in his body.
Alright.
You think back to school and you remember a lesson about soul severance, which is basically what seems to have happened here. It's kind of like having your soul shattered in a way, but just removed instead of broken.
I'm gonna leave my dad there.
On the side of
Scratch
the
my head for
road?
a second. No, he just tied up on a tree.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna walk over to you guys. Alright, so I figured out what's going on. My father's in a coma. It's more of a soul severance. Soul, body's alive, soul isn't there, I guess. I don't know what to do with him.
I wish Navarra were here. She would probably know.
Well, she whooped his ass, so she would.
I suppose that's true. Do you think we should seek out her people?
It's the complete other side. he's kind of like a liability.
To lose a parent, I was simply trying to offer you whatever options might be available.
Varric, would the kiln have any idea? The wilds are closer, I think, than the elves.
I'm not taking my dad all the way up to the wilds.
I am familiar with the passage of a soul from here to the wilds. I am not familiar with this type of suspension.
I mean, should we just, like, do we know anybody?
We could take him back to Mondstadt.
We'd lose vital time.
Do we think his soul is in the Blackwood, trapped there? Or do we feel like it is elsewhere?
I have no clue.
I think that is a reasonable assumption. If the Dark Matron returned to her original plane, perhaps she took Mr. Busson's soul with her. I suppose that doesn't really give us any immediate options either way, though. Ambrose, what do you want to do?
Oh my god, I don't even know.
We can find somebody to take care of them.
Yeah, and anyone in the Theocracy would know who Isaac Bussant is.
Not if you dress him down.
That is true.
Just call him something like Jeff.
Jeff!
You found him on the side of the road. He's hurt. Put him at I don't know. Do they have churches in the Theocracy?
It is a theocracy after all.
I imagine they have a great deal of churches.
Yeah, but like one of the nice ones that like will take in people and take care of them. I don't know what it is like here.
I'm not fully sure.
I'm not sure any of us know what to expect in the Theocracy.
Oh man, if only that face.
I mean, if we
changer.
bring him back to Mornstead, they'll definitely know who he is, even if we call him Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Right.
tried for his crimes, even though he's
Can't defend
in a
himself.
coma.
Kelvin will probably accidentally kill him like he did at his birthday party or whatever.
Right. Well, we could, risk our luck and hope we find somewhere to leave him along the way. Is that something you'd want?
I honestly don't even know what I want, and I don't even know if I even want to bring my dad with us. I don't even.
We can't leave him here. He is your father.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
If he is like Eugene, the body serves no purpose. We could perform the rites.
He's not dead, Varric.
no, he's. I think like a part of his soul is probably still there, like fractured, like when
Evangeline.
his it's like a siphoning, and then like the Dark Matron got like 80%, and there's still 20% left, and that's why he's still breathing. I mean, this is all just assumptions. I don't really know much, but this looks too medical, like whole as a body. Usually, you don't have a soul. You're limp, dead.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't take much effort to throw him on the back of a horse and just bring him along until we get wherever we go.
And feed it and change it.
If we must. It's Ambrose's father.
Of course. I am just drawing the realities of taking care.
Well, perhaps we could bring him with us for now, and should circumstances make it impossible, then we can revisit. But perhaps we will find somewhere to leave him.
All right. Doesn't really seem like we got much other options.
Do we want to go back for the cart?
Yeah, we definitely need to.
How far back was the cart? We left it right at the riverside, right? It was like a day.
Yeah,
I think
it's
a
like
full
a day.
Which isn't that crazy to go back about a day.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty uneventful. You would just trek back.
Okay. I guess we're going back.
Does everybody want to go, or do like two people want to take the horses and just go fast and bring the cart back instead of lugging everything down and back?
We have lost a great deal. I would not leave us more vulnerable.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I could ride a horse without killing it. So,
That's a good point.
Well,
I'll go. I know the way.
you got that compass, right? That lets us know where you are?
would you like to leave it with us?
Yeah, that'll work. Unless Varric, you can come with me, and you two stay. Better than have two versus, one person go alone.
I will go with you.
Well, I guess three, since Miraz is with you too. So let's just get this done.
As I'm finishing up breakfast, I wander back over to the tent and grab my things and slip on Miraz.
Sure. Yep, that makes sense.
Good morning, Varric. I think,
Oh,
I
God.
assume.
Good morning, friend. Did you, sleep well?
I just thought, talk to myself because there was no one else to talk to. You know.
I'm sorry for leaving you alone. It's just I cannot afford you in my brain while I sleep.
I see. That's alright.
I mean, you are a great friend, but you do not want to know my dreams.
Oh, you still need to sleep. I understand. It's okay. It's fine.
Ferric awkwardly apologizes to the tent. Like, just Ferric is just talking to themselves. And is going to saddle up on horse and, ride horse over to where Ambrose is.
Yeah, we'll be back soon.
All right.
We'll be waiting.
We'll be fine.
Come back to us.
Ferric will lean down and kiss Adalia goodbye.
Oh, how sweet. Are you just like riding straight the way you came, or are you gonna try and ride on the road?
I think we do it stealthily, no matter what. Low
Oh,
bros.
I give them
Okay.
the wheel.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Need that wheel.
We need the wheel.
Clutch wheel.
Good idea. Yeah. So going back the way you came, it was fairly uneventful. Roll a perception check.
Oh my god. Please don't die. I can't take anymore.
16.
17.
You see that someone has come through here since the last time. There's just like muddy footprints.
How many? Just one?
One. And they look like they're just wandering around the woods. Kind of looks like they were like gathering herbs or berries or something.
Okay, can I investigate those to see if it is like armored footfall or if it is, like how deep are the footprints?
Mm-hmm.
Are they, do they have the trim of armor or anything on them?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. With advantage, I imagine, since Ambrose is probably helping you.
That's a dirty 20.
Nice.
You would definitely be able to tell that this is a barefoot person.
Okay, because it's a fantasy world, I have to ask. Bare feet or bare
Or
feet?
bare feet.
Barefoot. Not bear. It's not a bear gathering herbs and berries.
Okay.
It's a...
I am a giant owl bear person.
You
I
are.
have to
Yeah,
ask.
sure. It's
You
I mean,
are,
that's
you
a
are,
valid
you are.
question.
Yeah. I imagine you see the same thing that I am seeing.
Yeah, I do. It's kind of weird that someone's just walking around barefoot.
It's not that bad. And Ferric, kicks their talons on the horse. We should get to the wagon.
Yeah, your girlfriend's waiting for you. Let's go.
Yeah, Ambrose, stop! And yeah, we ride up to the wagon and we'll throw that wheel back on.
Sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can quickly make a repair on it, especially Mini Ambrose has men, so you can just glue it into place.
Stationary wheel.
Yeah. And yeah, do you want to take the wagon through? You'll have to take the wagon back down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
idea. Do that.
Did you want to try and keep a lookout or anything, or?
Yeah. We'll be on the lookout for a barefoot person just running around.
My hand is on my holster at all times, just waiting for anything to pop out.
All right.
I think back at the, sort of camp outside the mine,
Absolutely.
Adalia has been using mold earth to kind of fold what's left of the pyres back into the ground. And she's just kneeling on the ground, casting druidcraft and making flowers and grass bloom over those graves. And waiting to see if Pickles is going to say anything about what she's been going through. She doesn't want to push.
Pickles is just gonna you're gonna turn around and somehow she got your chisel in her hand and she's just like, tattoos.
Yes, I think we've earned them.
Tattoos.
I know we've lost a great deal as a group, but I think you have lost the most. Is there anything I can do besides this?
No, you're doing it. By just being there. Listen, I trusted Ravenau for once in my life. I tried, and well, we saw how that turned out. He murdered my best friend, but also he said a lot of truthful things. Also, like, why did he save me from the potato and then heal me? And then we were fighting and he shielded me. Like, if the whole point was him being bad, why did he help? I'm just really confused.
There was a certain simplicity to living within the walls of Northwatch. There were terribly evil things, and there were the people that evil things happened to, and there was very little in between. But in the brief time I've been outside, I think nothing is quite that simple, even Ravenel.
Yeah.
I don't know why he showed us kindness, but I am sorry.
It almost makes me not want to kill him, but then he killed Miraz.
We're going to kill him. And Adalia's got her chisel. She's just very resolute. What do you want?
I want a gear, like this one, and she shows a ring, for Miraz.
Right.
Or maybe a little wizard hat. Can you put a wizard hat
On the gear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a spiky circle with a triangle, and I know you do more geometrics.
I do, but I very much understand your vision.
Okay.
Do you
I want
want
that.
something for Navara or even for Ravenel? I would understand.
I didn't really know either of them.
Right.
You do them for like 3 days. Maybe like a small mark for Navara, and like, I guess his name's not Ravenel. Just put like a T, like right here on my arm, so I don't forget to stab him with that arm.
Perfect.
Or
She'll
hit him.
start with the Ravenel mark just to make sure that that's really dialed in. And yeah, I guess we'll spend the rest of the time doing tattoos and reflecting.
Hoping our friends come back.
Hoping our friends come back.
Listening to Pokey.
Back on the road, you guys have traveled. You made pretty good time riding just the two of you, and are finally making your way back towards the mine. It is starting to get dark out. You do see the man that you've been on the lookout for. As you are riding down the road, you see a single man. He is wearing a short robe. One of his shoulders is exposed. He has a basket full of mushrooms, and he is walking barefoot down the road, eating one.
Don't stop. Just keep moving forward.
Varric nods and starts to trot past the man on horse.
I'm going to break my hand crossbow, put a master key on the bottom of it, and create a artillery round on my weapon and have it holstered.
As you guys get alongside the man and pass him, he would wave to you and say, "Safe travels, friends. There's nowhere to be in such a hurry.
Don't stop. Keep moving.
Can I interest you in mushrooms?"
No.
Ferric will flip a gold coin at the mushroom bearer and say, "Keep safe, Itroka."
He will stop and pick up the coin, and you see that when he stops, he spills some of his mushrooms on the ground, and he kneels over to pick them up, and you guys ride off. The rest of the journey is uneventful. I assume you ride through the night just to get back to camp.
Yeah.
It's not terribly late since you've just been riding and driving, just the two of you, but you do have to go around this long way around the road. So back at camp, it is getting fairly late, and they're not back yet. It's not questionably late yet. You knew it would probably take them about a day and a half to get there and back, even riding pretty fast. But it's nearing the end of the day now.
Looking at the compass, can I see it wiggling, moving as
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, they should be fine. Look, it's moving.
I hope so. I hated letting them be out of our sight.
Yeah, but it was we got listen, Ambrose's dad is still alive, even if there's not a soul, and I'm kind of afraid that like everybody just kind of wants to kill him, and like I don't think that's right.
I'm not going to let that happen.
And the quicker we get the cart back, the quicker we can get him to some place that takes care of him, or can fix him, or I don't know. I've had enough death and enough like lying. There's a lot of lying, and I would like to just have a nice trip, like a couple of days.
Through the Concurrent Theocracy.
You know, Mornstead wasn't so great, so
I suppose
who knows?
not. Pickles, I know you don't really sleep, but would you like to rest? I can keep watch.
Sure, I could do some painting. I haven't done painting in a while.
Why don't you paint?
Okay, let me know when you want to actually go to sleep. Just gonna hang out.
Dahlia will sit in the sort of garden that she made of the pyres and just look to the road and wait for Ferric and Ambrose to come back.
That vision is what Pickles paints.
Ferric and Ambrose, you've been traveling all night, and as you come into the open out of the woodline, you can see to the northwest of you the large hill with the mine that you're heading towards. But to the east and the rest of the journey north, you see nothing but very sparse farmlands. It looks like a large field with one or two houses sprinkle the distance. There are some very rough paths to them, but no roads like the one you're traveling. You look back to your west towards the hill as you come up to your turn, and it's going to be a bumpy ride, and you're going to lose some of your speed as you go off-road. So what is your approach here? Are you going to take it slow and steady for cart integrity, or are you going to try and rush back?
I think slow and steady for integrity of the cart is the smart move.
Yeah.
All right. Takes you the rest of the night. By morning, I imagine you're both feeling pretty dreary, but you're definitely coming up on your destination. You think you'll make it there by mid-morning, just after breakfast, around 10:30, 11 o'clock. You made pretty good time because you didn't stop to talk to Mushroom Salesman.
Ambrose, I am so tired.
Man, I just want to close my eyes. My back hurts from this bumpy road.
We are almost there.
I hope Pickles made breakfast. Or can Adalia cook? I hope she made breakfast. At least some
Of course,
eggs.
Adalia can cook.
What's going on back at camp? You wake up, the boys are not back yet.
Pickles, what does the compass say? Are they still moving?
The compass says they're that way. And just point west, east. What way am I pointing?
West.
It would
Or
be southeast.
southeast.
Southeast, yeah. So it's pointing that way. She points southeast. So
Is it still... It's still moving though. They're still coming.
yeah, it's kind of just like wiggling in place. So I assume they're coming like to us. So it's not really gonna turn. But like, I think it's working. We could walk towards them. Do you want to just like? We still got horses.
We do have Master Buisson.
I mean, we have 4 horses, right? They took 2,
Right.
I think. So you could ride a horse, and we could put the body on the other horse, and I could just lead the horse, and we could just start walking in their direction.
All right. I would rather see them sooner rather than later.
Okay, we could pack up.
Adalia will take one more moment in the flowers where Navarra and Eugene once were. I don't know what the hero's light is, but I hope you're resting in it. And then she'll go grab Strudel, whom I'm assuming Ferric and Ambrose did not take with them.
Hell no.
No.
They don't either of them like them.
No. Good morning, Strudel. We have places to be. And she'll hop up on Strudel. Shall we go?
Pickles will put Isaac Buisson up on the other horse. And just start walking the horse.
Yeah. You guys walk for about an hour, and eventually you see in the horizon a wagon and a couple horses bumping along.
See, they're fine. You can go catch up with them if you want.
Adalia kind of kicks Strudel into high gear and goes to meet them.
Yeah, Ambrose and Ferric, you see somebody riding up on a horse. It doesn't take long before you realize it's Adalia.
Oh,
Hi.
Vazrakaya. I am so glad you are safe.
You too. How was the trip?
We saw a strange mushroom salesman of sorts.
Okay.
But that was about it.
just some peasant. But that's it.
You gotta stop calling them peasants.
Sorry, commoner. My bad.
That somehow doesn't feel better.
Not much better, dear. Good try, though. You're
what
trying,
would you
and
s-
that's what matters.
What would you call a person selling mushrooms?
A person selling
salesman?
mushrooms.
Yeah.
That's too much of a sentence.
A mushroomer.
A person. We saw
Sure.
a person.
A salesman?
Sure.
We don't even know if they tried to sell us mushrooms. Now that I think about it,
All right.
I'm pretty sure he was trying to sell us mushrooms. He was trying to get our attention.
they just had mushrooms and they were like, "Hey," and we were like, "Hey," and Ambrose was like, "Keep riding."
All right. Well, you're here, with or without mushrooms, and that's what matters. Ambrose, your father is still as he was when you left him.
Great. Did you guys make breakfast?
No, we came to find you.
We came to find you, yes, but we could.
Oh my god.
What
Okay.
is wrong?
I'm so hungry.
Well, let's
I just want to go to bed.
I'll sleep in the cart.
Yes, we can make the journey with the horses while you rest.
Alright.
Ferric reaches into their bag and pulls out a nugget of hardtack and hands it to Ambrose.
All right.
I take a few bites of this chewy tack. Thanks.
Adalia will take a moment to remember Christopher and will cast Goodberry.
Oh, yeah, I could do that too.
So she's got 10 good berries in her hand. She'll pass them out to everyone. Perhaps this is something we could feed to your father? He must require some sort of sustenance.
Yeah, I was thinking of something like that. It might have to be like a liquid. I'm not really sure how to even take care of someone in a coma, but we'll have to figure that out while on the road. Thank you.
She'll push all the remaining good berries into Ambrose's hands. For you to experiment with, I suppose?
Sure, yeah.
So we can hook Strudel and another horse up to the cart. I know horse would never deign to be pulling a cart as a general rule. Shall we continue on then, while you rest?
Ferric nods and climbs into the back of the cart and curls up and starts to go to sleep.
Okay. Onward then, toward Everton.
They're both adorable when they sleep.
I know, aren't they? I wish there was more we could do to protect them.
Yeah, we're doing what we can, I guess.
There are only 3 of you left. Is that right?
One of each pair. Yeah. Funny how that worked.
Yes. The world is...
Everybody lost their best friend.
Right. I'm sorry. I wish there was anything I could say that would make it better.
I'm just like determined now to get to this dragon horde because like at this point it just feels like I have to. That will make it better. I don't know how, but it will.
Well, I hope it will make it better, but as someone who strived for something their entire lives and then saw that goal reached, I have to tell you, nothing really makes any more sense than it did before.
Maybe I'll just die again and forget again and just restart. Though I'd really like to get this fixed, so maybe that's also
Right.
on the checklist of things.
Right.
First, Ortimal.
I guess we're heading towards Ortimal.
Sounds like a plan to me. You spend the next 3 hours riding back through the fields towards the road. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You look out into the fields that Ferric and Ambrose had seen earlier to see all kinds of people out working. They are farming and doing some animal husbandry, taking care of, cattle and horses. and goats and sheep.
Do they seem at all interested in a little goblin and a pink crystal board? Or are they just keeping their heads down? Drawing a cart with a purple horse?
They mostly keep their heads down, but every now and again, they will nod and say, "Safe travels to you."
Thank you. Does it seem totally normal? Is there anything we should be concerned about? Like,
I don't know. I mean, to me, it seems pretty normal.
okay.
I don't think there's anything too sinister about it. People seem rather friendly, rather busy. They don't really pay you much mind. You travel down the road for the rest of the day. You make it around this bend in the road here. It's kind of a snaky road as it goes around that hill with the mine. But you find yourself on the northern side of the hill, and you come across a small gathering. There is a bonfire. There are people singing and dancing and eating and playing music. And as they see you riding up, they all start cheering and clapping. And as you approach, I take it, you're not stopping? Or just riding past?
What's with that cheering?
Good morning. Afternoon, Ambrose. We seem to have found some sort of celebration. Are they cheering for us?
They seem to be.
Oh, fuck no.
I think it might be worth stopping at least to see what they think we've done.
Don't. Can I check on, like, what they're cheering around? Like, they're burning something. Can I see what's in the fire pit?
It looks like a barrel.
Okay.
Looks like they're burning a barrel. And as you get closer, you see that they are all drinking out of big horns. And they're dipping their horns into this other barrel and pulling out some sort of wine, it looks like. And all their lips are stained, and all over their little robes that they're wearing, they have purple blotches. And they're just like, "Hey, woo!" As you get closer, and they all start cheering and clapping. "We love horses!"
Yes, as do we all, I assume. What are you celebrating, friends?
One of them kind of comes up and starts petting Strudel and's like, "I've never seen a horse like this before."
Yes, he is quite extraordinary. Are you celebrating horses?
"We're celebrating life. The games are tomorrow. Are you here for the games?"
Oh.
Yeah, what one are you most excited about?
The arena.
Oh.
My hero, the Rock of Bristol, is gonna fight.
Don't say. He's my favorite too.
Adalia is not being cool about this at all. Like, she is clearly incredibly stoked. She pulls out the old poster. She holds it up to the person. "This Rock of Bristol."
Says, yeah, that's the guy. Are you a fan?
Yes. An extraordinary fan, in fact. I have traveled a great way to see him fight.
Me too.
You say he fights tomorrow?
Yes. And we are all getting drunk in his honor and the honor of all the other athletes.
Right. Who is he competing against, may I ask?
The gauntlet.
The gauntlet. Of course.
Inside the arena is a gauntlet. A maze full of traps, beasts, and he's gonna fight them all by himself. And we're gonna watch from the stands, and I'm gonna cheer, and he's gonna hear me.
Of course he is. Well, what is the occasion that you're celebrating? Is this some sort of ceremonial fight?
It's only the most important games of all time. We're celebrating the oncoming war.
The war with
Mornstead.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, we've gathered all of the greatest warriors, athletes, champions, adventurers, street fighters like the Rock of Bristol. Anyone's welcome, and they compete for a place in the grand show of it all.
Well, we certainly can't miss that, right? And she kind of turns to everybody else like, yeah?
I mean, that's why we're here.
He says, "Yeah, right. I'm not a soldier, so I'll never get to fight, but, you know, people like the Rock of Bristol or those other guys, they're so lucky."
Lucky is certainly a word for it. Is he here?
Oh God, I wish. No, it's just us travelers, pilgrims. We've all come from the southern plains.
Well, might we join the celebration then?
Absolutely. Do your horses like to drink?
Strudel.
Everybody, we're getting the horses drunk!
Strudel, darling, do you like to drink? I think that's a yes. Right.
Derek, Ambrose, you guys want to... Don't we have to bring his dad somewhere?
Yeah, I don't think we can just sit here and drink while you have someone in a coma.
Oh my God. Is that a guy back there in a coma?
It's close. You don't see what's his...
My
Adalia
name
kind
is Ferric?
Adalia kind of drops back. I know we have places to be and concerns, but the Rock of Bristol is the thing that the Hero's Light told me I must find. The thing that it told Spunk he must find. Surely we cannot pass this by.
No, I'm not saying we pass it by, but I don't think the Rock of your dreams are telling you to party with some commoners right now.
You said commoners. I'm so proud
I said
of you.
commoners. Oh, relax.
He is right, we are commoners.
Thank you. At least you know your role.
I mean,
Wow.
so we've been traveling a while and we're not quite sure exactly where we are. Where are the games tomorrow? Is that like more north? Is it...
It's in the capital city of Ortimal.
Okay, thank you.
He says, yeah, we're a little bit behind, but, it's important to enjoy the journey. And the Rock of Bristol doesn't perform until the late afternoon.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. That's very helpful.
Yes.
Looks
thank
at
you.
Adalia.
Right. Well, enjoy your celebration, sir. I hope we
You're
will
not gonna party with us?
I'm afraid we still have more road to travel, but I hope you quite enjoy your celebrations.
All right.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Well, maybe. It's a pretty big city.
We will find each other. I believe it.
He shrugs.
Oh, I heard those drinks are pretty expensive too. I'll pass 5 gold out to the people who are drinking that are partying.
He's like, thanks. What did I do?
Be cool. See ya.
He kind of looks shocked. And he just looks at the money you handed him and his jaw drops.
We found that on a body way back when.
Oh,
We figured
yeah.
you would know what to do with it because it looks like it's Mornstead gold and we just do not know what to do with it. Do you know what to do with it?
I've never seen this much money in my life.
Well, buy everyone a round of drinks then on us, unless
Or
you have
a
better use for
house.
it, or a house.
Yeah. Buy some land, I guess.
He looks like he's rethinking his entire life.
Wait, what was Mornstead and the Theocracy? The rift between them is fairly recent, right? Isn't or how many years has it been since the
I mean,
dissection? Essentially, is their currency really that different? Like, do they have Mornstead currency and Theocracy currency? Just want to know, if I'm passing out gold around,
They definitely do have different currencies. I believe it was, according to my timeline, 300 years ago that Ortimal split from Mornstead.
Alright, note to self, don't use the gold.
Honestly, the fact that it's from Mornstead seemed lost on him. He's so drunk that he doesn't really seem to notice that. Mostly he's just astounded by the sheer amount, it seems. You guys just ride off then into the night?
I mean, I think we need to get to Ortimal.
Yeah,
alright.
I think we don't hang out with the frat boys who want to get our horses drunk.
The city is about another day's travel from where you are, but you could easily travel down the road a little bit farther, get away from the frat boys, and then camp out for the night.
Yeah, I think that's probably best. I don't know if we want to party with the...
I mean,
Do we
can
want
do
to
rotations.
camp or do we just want to do rotations on the cart?
Absolutely possible as well.
I only need to sit still for 4 hours, so...
Right. Adalia only needs to meditate for 6, so we could
And I
definitely
just
do...
slept, so...
Yeah.
Let's push through, taking shifts.
Sounds great. You keep riding. You ride through the night. It is fairly uneventful for the night. Nothing too crazy happens. You don't really pass anybody. In the morning, you do start to see some lingering folk as you approach the outskirts of the city. The city is very sprawling. You see lots of white marble buildings with columns. Some of them are very simple and old. Some of them are very elaborate and huge. They are very sparsely separated by large open roads where there are gatherings and gatherings of people. There are marketplaces. There are, what do you call those? Like amphitheaters built into the ground. You see a lot of people performing at these amphitheaters. There are shows going on. There are plays. It seems like everybody is trying to hustle as much as they can for these big games. As you start riding into the deeper parts of the city, it starts to get very crowded. The sun is up, people are out, and as you make your way towards the very center of town, you see a massive arena. People are crowding it. There are banners of all kinds, colors with different emblems on them, some with animals, some with symbols, and then you keep riding. Are you just riding through the city to just go to Everton, or were you going to stop here in Ortimal?
No, Adalia wants to stop. We need to find a way to attend the gauntlet run of the Rock of Bristol.
I think we'd also be looking for like a church of sorts. Potentially
Some
for
common clothes.
Ambros's dad.
Common clothes.
As you look at what everyone here is wearing, they're all just wearing what to you guys look like ratty robes, but they are like togas.
Okay.
They have their shoulders exposed. They're fairly low cut. Some of them are lower than you'd wish them to be cut.
Adalia is just extremely focused. She just wants to find a safe place for Isaac and get to these games.
All right. Well, if you're specifically looking for a church, it is a little hard to tell what is a temple and what is a state house and what is a bathhouse. They all kind of look similar. Large, white marble buildings with columns, big open air buildings with some closed off areas inside.
Should we just ask one of these people?
Yeah, you get the vibe you might have to ask around.
Hey, ma'am. Hey, can we talk for a moment?
Oh, hello. What can I do for you?
We are from out of town. We have never attended the games. We're looking for 3 things. We are looking for some place to lay our heads. We are looking for a place of care for a dear friend who has become ill, and we are looking to get into the games.
You wish to perform in the games?
No, not perform in the games. Just simply watch. And it seems that we had some miscommunication with somebody. They tried to sell us tickets. We didn't think tickets were needed. Are tickets needed?
Oh dear, no. Tickets aren't needed.
Okay. Simple fact of that. Thank you so much.
If you want to get some good seats, though, you might want to get in there.
Of course. The place of hospice for our sick friend.
Well, you probably want to take him to the Church of the Master.
Where would that be?
She will direct you. She will walk with you for a little ways. Here, I'll show you, dearies. It's right over this way. Just past the amphitheater down this street. You see the extremely large building. It looks like the equivalent of the Vatican. It is massive.
We're in fantasy Rome. Got it. Thank you.
No, thank you. It's my duty to help you.
Right. your duty to...
Help travelers such as yourselves.
Understood.
The master would have us all
Right.
treat our neighbors equally.
Of course. Thank you again.
What were the commoners saying along the roads? Was it like, thank you, safe travels?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Pickle's gonna. Thank you, safe travels.
And safe travels to you. I hope your friend gets the assistance he needs.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna try to run into a store just to get some clothing for us. to
Ambrose
lay
just
low.
jumped off the cart and ran into a store. I don't know what's going on.
Guys, just wait.
You're gonna spend
Ambrose.
Mornstead gold in the Theocracy to get togas?
Any money.
Oh my god. Alright, I run back in the cart. What are we supposed to do? We're fully armored to the teeth and all of us are wearing this gear.
Put the armor in the bag of holding. Take out some old cloaks. We all have them.
Yeah, Ferric pulls one of their arms out of their robe and like ties the sleeve around their waist and pulls out their
no.
lyre
Oh, alright.
and is going to start busking for money.
So smart.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, give me a
smart.
performance check.
And they are going to performance. Oh, that's a 12. Not great because I don't know any Ortimalian songs. But I'm singing a new tune about how bad Mornstead is.
Nice.
Sure.
And talking about how terrible their like tiered system of governance is, you know, like if we just got the information that like everybody is seen as equals, they probably think that the tiered system of like copper quarter, diamond quarter, or jeweled quarter and that sort of stuff is like incredibly wretched. So I think I'm going to play that up and like wink at Ambrose, you know, as I'm singing this.
I put a thumbs up, shake my head.
Yeah, you would get some people who would stop by and they would agree with you. They would nod in agreement as you would talk shit about the systems of governments and how much Mornstead sucks. And eventually, you would look down in your collections and find 46 silver.
Okay.
They are definitely different than the ones that you have. They are triangular.
Triangular.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's fun.
I love a triangular currency.
Anything but circles for me.
Yeah. Ooh, a nice big triangle with a hole punched in the center of it.
Yeah. Delicious.
So, yeah, everyone kind of... You do notice that a certain crowd is donating. They seem to be really buff-looking dudes. Like, an old man will walk up and shake his head. A child will run by and laugh. And then, like, a buffed-up, oiled-up dude will walk up and hand you 10 silver and be like, nice. And
Nice.
walk away.
That's so funny.
He's like, after like the third or fourth one, you know, there's kind of a small crowd of oiled up men listening to you.
This is a lot of dudes up in here.
Why are they all so shiny?
They sort of remind me of Ravenel, don't you think?
Ah, if Ravenel was beaten with a stick, maybe.
Well, we can't all
Dipped
be.
in a vat of oil. I don't get why they look so wet.
How ripped are these guys? Is this like Baby Don't Hurt Me? Like, absolutely jacked? Or is it like.
Help me.
One of them's pretty ripped, but one of them's just a normal guy who's oiled up.
Just some dude. He's covered in baby oil.
And he's hanging out with the other two dudes, like, nodding like he's a part of the team.
The sheer confidence on this man is incredible. I just gotta say.
Is this enough, do you think, to get us appropriate clothing?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Some random dude says.
Some guy says.
Buy 4 outfits for that.
We should
And have 6 silver left over.
we should hurry, I think. I can't miss the Rock of Bristol. It's very important.
We still got it. It's tomorrow.
Right.
We got time. Let's get clothing. Let's get to the church. Let's get seats.
Mm-hmm.
Find a
Right.
place for the horses.
Also valid.
All right. So it sounds like you're going to the Church of the Master first.
Yep.
I guess.
Or do we want clothing first?
Oh,
Clothing
clothing.
first.
Clothing
Clothing
first.
is first. Yeah.
Yeah, you find amongst the traders a man selling clothes. He's got like burlap sack looking togas. He's got nice white ones. He's got some
Whatever we can
really
get 4
crazy
of.
long ones.
You
for
got baby
46.
oil?
He does. He has.
I'll take that.
He has
You
coconut
never
butter.
know.
I want the longest toga they have.
I mean, yeah, they'll give you a long flowing, almost like a gown or whatever. But
Oh, the longest toga
The
they
longest
have.
toga you have.
it is a
I
toga,
want it-
but it's just.
I want it
that
dragging
point.
behind Pickles for like 3 or 4 body lengths.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spunkles is riding on your coattails.
Toga tail.
It's a decoration. Don't pay attention to it.
But you can easily find someone who'll sell you some clothes. They don't cost that much. Altogether, it costs you about 20 silver.
Okay, I'm going to spend that from the group funds here. And put in an IOU for the money that I earned. I'm teasing, of course. Ferric is not that kind of person.
Come up in 20 episodes. You know that 20 silver that
You
I
guys
spent?
owe me 20 Ortimalian silver.
You know,
need
if
the
I'm
triangles
short 20
with the-
silver,
I need the triangles with the hole in the middle, or it's not acceptable.
yeah.
To the church.
Uh-huh.
All right. You make your way to the Church of the Master. As you get close, you see some large statues of a very imposing figure. They all seem to be of the same man. You would take it that this is someone very important, either the Master himself or maybe Ortimal himself. You walk up some very large steps, leaving the cart with the other horses. I imagine you are hefting Ambrose's father.
Mm-hmm.
You walk to the very top, and you see a man standing there reading a scroll to himself, like out loud, like he's like mumbling it.
Like a spell scroll, or like a hear ye sort of scroll?
Like a hear ye, hear ye.
Got it.
He's just like, but you can hear him audibly reading it to himself.
Good evening.
Oh, hello. What can I do for you? He rolls it up.
We have a friend in need of some, care, I suppose. We were directed here. Can you help us?
Oh my. Yes, absolutely. Here, let me show you to the healer's sanctum, and he will lead you inside the church. Inside, you see very large paintings of that same man from the statue. Long tapestries of fine silks with the hand of the master emblazoned on them. And there are a lot of people standing around and painting, writing, reading, just kind of hanging out, lounging around, drinking wine. As you make your way deeper, you eventually find yourself in a circular chamber where there are cots and various peoples of different ages, races. There's a lot of gnomes in here, to be surprised to find.
Okay.
And they all look like they've been blown up. They have burns, some of them are missing limbs. And this gentleman will lead you to one of the cots and say, "Here, place him here. I will get Master Lorien, and he will see your friend. Please rest." He hands you all a plate with some fruit on it. They're just like grapes and a couple of apples and stuff like that. He says, "Here, eat, gather your strength. You all look quite weary.
All right, thank you.
Half of you haven't slept in a day. Here, rest while I fetch the healer."
Thank you. They're pretty nice here.
Adalia does not eat any of that.
You're not going to eat any of it?
No.
It looks great. Big,
Nope.
big grapes, red apples.
Hey, Ambrose, you said you were hungry.
Yeah, these grapes do look good. None of them are like, what's the word? Like that lose their texture. This is like perfect.
Just grapes.
I do not believe I have ever had a grape in this form.
Really?
I heard that these little things turn into wine, so I must love them.
Yes, they do. I don't know if we
Well-
should eat their food. Something feels...
I'll eat one grape.
Oh.
It's delicious, Ambrose. It's one of the best grapes you've ever had.
I'm gonna regret
The
this.
spontaneity,
This is one
I'm
of the
so
best
proud
grapes
of
I've
you.
ever had.
It's
Thanks.
so reckless. I'm so proud.
Yeah, next I'll be grabbing. I'll whisper into my mouth. Next I'll grab a cursed sword. Next.
The gnomes are all kind of rolling around moaning. But other than that, it's a very beautiful room. You wait for...
Other than the mangled gnomes, it's a beautiful room.
You know, the mangled gnomes really bring the room
It
together.
really brings the like grandeur into perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's extremely elegant.
The contrast between the, rolling gnomes.
Do we have like anybody near us? Like, are there mangled gnomes in our immediate vicinity, or
Yeah, they're pretty nearby.
could I approach a mangled gnome who looks nominally okay right now? Like, not someone writhing in pain, but like somebody already bandaged up.
Yeah, there's a gnome. He's just kind of sitting on his cot. He's reading a book.
Well met.
Oh, hello there.
Sorry. Hello.
What can I do for you?
It seems something terrible has befallen your people. We are travelers. What happened here?
Oh my god, it was an industrial accident.
I'm so sorry. What happened?
Oh, we were making bombs for the war effort, and it blew up in our face.
Oh, I know something about that, in fact.
Ambrose's head turns slightly and eyebrow raises too as well. Just listening to the conversation.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yes,
It destroyed our whole factory.
they can be quite destructive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thankfully, no one was killed, but a lot of us were pretty hurt.
right.
Like
Well,
Wiltix over there, he lost his arm.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna have to make him a new arm.
But you possess the technology to do so.
Oh, certainly.
Oh, that is a great blessing then.
Yeah, I'm a part of the Tinkerfall Cartel. We're master engineers.
Right, of course. Are all of the injured here members of your cartel?
Oh yeah, we do a lot of business here in the Theocracy. They love us.
Marvelous.
Pickles, you definitely...
Can I
Some
roll?
of this talk, you remember... Well, I think you would remember... Maybe I'm overstepping my bounds, but I'm pretty sure you would remember Eugene talking about these gnomes that he learned all of his, like, mechanical engineering from. And that in Mornstead, they were considered criminals.
Hey, Adalia. Just like pull Adalia away from the gnome.
Yes.
You know how my family are not great?
Right, they're the mob. Yes.
Right. The gnomes are similar to my family.
Right. And this cartel has arms both here and in Mornstead.
Yeah, it sounds like they're like my family in that way. Like my family are everywhere. They're probably here, honestly. But they're kind of stationed everywhere, but they're not great. They're really good with like techie stuff. That's how Miraz learned all his like stupid shit, and like had all the wires. And I don't know what he did with it. He never really wanted to fully talk about it. All I know it was like
Right.
the gnomes,
Sure.
and I'm pretty sure it's the same gnome. So just be careful.
I will do my best, of course.
What are you guys talking about?
Our journey. It has been long.
Where do you come from?
Down south. Why are there so many oiled up men here? That's the other thing we were talking about. Like, everybody here is oiled up.
He shrugs.
He's like, oh, it's for the games.
Oh, it's just a games thing. Okay, like, we haven't been to Ortimal before, so I wasn't sure if it was like an Ortimal thing. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, one of the things that they do here is unarmed combat. And they get all greasy. So you can't, like, grab anybody. It's gross.
That seems to defeat the purpose, but
But we make a lot of money selling them the grease, let me tell you.
yeah, I
I
can
got
see
this
they're
thing
like,
called
dripping
an
in it.
alchemy jug. And it makes a bunch of oil every day.
You know, we found a magical jug once. I wonder what happened to it.
What did happen to it out of character? I don't remember that.
I think Ferric has it.
Do I?
Yes, you do. Surprise.
All right, well, Adalia will stop bothering the gnomes then and wait for the
Why?
healer.
I was really bored. I don't want to read this mechanical engineering book anymore. Where do you guys come from? You said the south. Are you from the river ford?
I don't say anything. I'm just literally sitting in the room, absolutely quiet.
Are you farmers?
I mean, I try. It's a really hard life.
You ever think about becoming a mechanical engineer?
You know, maybe I should.
Yeah, I'll teach you, but it's not cheap.
All right, well
Degrees
then I
cost money.
gotta earn some money first. But thanks for the offer.
I can offer you the degree pro bono, and then you pay me later at an interest.
I feel like I've heard the story before in my life, and I'm gonna decline for right now. I've got enough going on, but I know where to find you in this church.
Yeah. And you guys will all make fine students, and I'll charge you each a discount.
A very kind offer. Thank you.
But it's only at a group rate.
Right.
It's all or
You
nothing.
really can't stop selling, can't you?
What can I say?
We will leave you to your convalescence.
Man's gotta make a living.
Sir.
His friend just lost an arm.
Yeah. And mechanical arms ain't cheap, let me tell you.
I get it.
You guys are having this conversation, and a tall man with a long beard and a shaved head walks in holding a big, thick book. He steps towards you all and whispers, "Is this the patient?"
Yes, and you must be Master Lorian?
"Yes, I will do what I can." And I think that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Thank you everybody for playing. Until next time, come jump in Discord and hang out with us. We'd love to hear from you. Discord.gg/The Homebrew Podcast. We have an awesome community growing. Come check it out. Tell me how much you love this new gnome character that I made. All my gnomes are the greatest. I should make a book of gnomes. If you have a couple extra dollars, go check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/thehomebrew. $2 gets you access to all kinds of cool stuff. This podcast is a homebrew podcast, and our sponsor is fanrolldice.com. Go check it out. They've got some amazing dice. I really like the liquid core ones, the elixir dice. Those are super sweet. Use promo code homebrew at checkout for 10% off. And remember, you are loved. You are loved as much as big muscly men love rubbing themselves with oil. That's their number one hobby. And you are important. You are as important as the Master is to Ortimal. As you can see, the Master has a very big presence here. And you matter. You matter as much as having the right currency in the right city, all right? You know, you can't just go to a different country and expect to spend your money and have it spend the same. You gotta go to the exchange place and get some currency. And hope that it's an equal and equivalent exchange, you know? You might lose a bunch of money or gain a bunch. I guess you might gain a bunch of money. Hey, there you go. Anyways, we'll see you next time.